Is the Ryzen 7 9800X3D CPU fast enough to unlock every bit of performance from the RTX 5080? Let's find out. To test this, we're using the MSI SUPRIM SoC version of the 5080 and the MSI 360Hz QD OLED monitor. If you are interested in any of the products featured in this video, you can find them on Amazon at the links in the description below. Let's start with a competitive shooter where high FPS is important. This is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. We are at 1440p resolution. To maximize FPS, we are going to use the basic graphics quality preset and DLSS set to quality mode. We have to keep an eye on that GPU load. If it's dropping by too much, that means that there is a CPU bottleneck. But at the moment it is staying very close to 100%, just a few dips by a couple of percent. So that's absolutely fine. The FPS is at 300 plus in some scenes and 200 plus in other scenes. Not bad, not bad. This is a marvelous high refresh rate experience. One of the best I've seen so far. Of course, I haven't tested the 5090 yet with this CPU, but damn, this was good. Here are the results. Average FPS 288, 1% low, 218, which is very nice indeed. Here are the system specifications, just in case. And CPU bottleneck is 0. GPU bottleneck is 100%. Which means that the 9800X3D CPU is actually fast enough to handle the RTX 5080 in this particular scenario. Next, we'll take a look at a CPU-intensive AAA game. This is Cyberpunk 2077. 1440p resolution, and as for the graphics settings, we'll use the high graphics quality, DLSS set to quality mode. And in this game, the most CPU-intensive setting is the crowd density, which controls the number of NPCs that are loaded into the game. Let's max it out. Let's set it to high. Field of view set to 100, and we'll turn off all of these nasty things, motion blur, film grain, all of that has to go. Thanks to that high crowd density setting, the night city appears to be densely populated. There's a lot of NPCs on the streets. Take a look at that. Crowds. This looks immersive, just like a huge city would in real life. Although I think there'd be even more people in a city like this on streets. So, can't say that this is absolutely accurate, but damn, the CPU is absolutely hammered. If you haven't noticed, the GPU load is nowhere near 100%. It's actually at around 60 to 50%. So, yeah, in this particular scenario, the 9800X3D is not fast enough to unlock every bit of performance the RTX 5080 has to offer. That said, this is still a pretty good high refresh rate experience, although we can't reach that 120 FPS consistently. Sometimes the FPS drops below 100. Not great for a high-end system, is it? I think we are ready for new, faster CPUs. Oh, look at this guy. He's having a heated argument over the phone. Right, let's lower the crowd density to medium and see how that will affect the performance. There are significantly fewer NPCs on the streets right now. Performance is much better. 160, 180 FPS. Yeah. Not bad, not bad, but the GPU is still nowhere near fully loaded. It's hovering at around 60 to 80%. Nah, The CPU is still not fast enough to handle even the medium crowd density in this game and unlock the full potential of the 5080. But we're now getting a pretty consistent 120 plus FPS experience, even when we enter the market where there's a lot of NPCs and the FPS usually drops to the high crowd density. It's still fine. Oh, we had a dip to around 116, 112, 111. Okay, so yeah, this is not a consistent 120 FPS experience. Although this game doesn't run particularly smoothly for some reason. You can see that in the frame rate and the frame time fluctuations and the 1% low. It's not fantastic. The gameplay is just about smooth enough, but this doesn't feel like a true high refresh rate experience due to that frame rate fluctuation. It's just not smooth. What will happen if we actually cap the FPS at 90? Will that result in a smooth frame rate? Yes, it does. Take a look at that. If you cap your FPS at a lower enough number, then the FPS will be smooth, and the overall experience is much nicer without those frame time and frame rate fluctuations. But we are here to test the maximum FPS, so let's uncap the frame rate once more and try one more setting. Let's reduce the crowd density to low, which is the lowest, to reduce the stress on the CPU. And let's see what happens. The GPU is still not fully loaded. It's at 70 to 80+%. The FPS is higher. It stays at 150 plus, but let's see if we can actually achieve a consistent 120 plus. Let's go back to the market and see if that's gonna be enough. Yeah, 148 was the lowest number I've seen so far, 143. Okay, so here we go. If you are after a consistent 120 plus FPS experience, then it is possible to achieve by reducing the load on the CPU. Obviously, if we increase the graphics quality or the resolution, then the CPU will be stressed less, and the FPS will be lower as well. But the GPU will work harder, so there's that. If you're playing these kind of games at 4K, for example, and you're targeting 90 to 60 FPS in your games, then this combination is absolutely fine. This is one of the best CPU-GPU combos out there, alright? I don't want you to think that the 9800X3D is a weak CPU. It is not by any means. I'm just telling you that it has its limits. And if you are after a consistent 120 plus FPS experience, then in some of these CPU-intensive games, it is just not possible. There will be certain scenes that are CPU-heavy, where you won't be able to achieve a 120 plus FPS experience, as we've seen with the high crowd density setting that results in a lot more NPCs loaded onto these streets, stressing the CPU. Yeah, but damn, this is still quite impressive. Without frame generation, sometimes getting close to 200 FPS. Pretty good. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is just an average game in 2025. It's a new release, and it's not a particularly CPU demanding game, nor is it a GPU demanding game. It's just average. And that's why I think it is important to take a look at it. This will let us understand how this combo will behave in just your average AAA title in 2025. We're at 1440p using the Ultra Graphics Quality preset, and we'll turn on DLSS, Transformer Model, Quality Mode. This is what we want to see. GPU load at 99%, which means that we are fully GPU limited. Although it briefly dropped to 97% just then. Okay. And this is a beautiful high refresh rate experience. Way above 120 plus. 150 plus, 160 plus in some other scenes. Oh, even reaching 170 in other scenes. 130 over here. Beautiful, beautiful. And the CPU is still working quite hard. So, you know, in 2025, even an average game also requires quite a fast CPU if you want a high refresh rate experience. Let's see if we can reach above 200 FPS in this game. Let's lower the graphics quality to high and keep DLSS on quality mode for now. Yes, 200 plus FPS right here. And the GPU is not fully loaded, but it's really close. It is well above 90% utilized, which means that previously the fluctuations in the GPU load that we've seen were just abnormalities, because clearly the 9800X3D can deliver above 200 FPS in this game. And that is good to see. This feels bizarre. Playing a graphically demanding game with such high frame rates, it feels good. It feels really, really good. And on the QD OLED monitor, the motion clarity is amazing. That's why I love high FPS gaming on QD OLED monitors. When you pan the camera, the image clarity remains so consistent, so nice. Obviously, you're not going to be able to witness it through a 60 FPS video here on YouTube. So, I guess it's a trust me bro kind of moment. You'll have to take my word for it this time. Oh, let's see. Ooh, 329 FPS. 330. Nice. In conclusion, the 9800X3D is a very fast CPU, and in most games it will be able to unlock the full performance from the RTX 5080. However, that's not the case for every game, because if you're playing a CPU-intensive game like Cyberpunk 2077, for example, then you'll see some limitations of the 9800X3D if you're aiming for 120 FPS or higher. However, if you're planning to play your AAA games at 60 or 90 FPS, then the 9800X3D is more than capable of delivering that experience. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this combo? And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to reward my work with a like. It helps out a lot, I appreciate it. If you're interested in any of the products featured in this video, you can find them on Amazon, and the links in the description below. Furthermore, subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.